you guys. Welcome back to Housing Houston. I am your co-host, Kayla Ewald.
And I'm Sarah Lernor with Real Vest Property Management.
And it is May. And as Houstonians, you know that June and July and August are coming up and it is going to be hurricane season. So today for our episode, we have Klarissa Jones with Goosehead Insurance, who is going to share a little bit of insight on getting prepared for the houses, the house industry, the housing market, and everything that you guys as agents and consumers might need to know in preparation. So, hello.
Welcome.
Hi. Hello.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So let's just start off with, why don't you tell those that don't know you already who you are and what you do at Goosehead Insurance?
Yes. As I mentioned, I'm Klarissa Jones. I'm a broker with Goosehead Insurance, and what this means is I have the flexibility to shop the market. I'm your personal shopper. I work with over 50 insurance carriers, so finding the best coverage at the best price and really customizing the policy to what you need and what your wallet needs.
So we know the term broker on the real estate side of things, but tell me a little bit more. What's the difference between an insurance agent, insurance broker? Are they the same thing?
Not the same thing. So I don't work for one insurance company. We work with a little over 50.
Wow.
So yes, which gives us the flexibility, as I mentioned, to shop the market, see what's best for the client, maybe best for loan requirements, and just pivot from there in terms of, what we need to do to find you what works best.
I love that. And as we know, insurance can make or break a deal, especially right now in the market, especially with hurricane season coming up. What's the biggest misconception with an insurance agency or an insurance broker in the real estate industry?
A lot of those new home buyers, they come in not really knowing much. This is their first home. And so a common misconception is that the policy is all-inclusive. Everything is covered.
Yes,
full coverage. What really is full coverage?
Yeah.
Everyone has a different description these days.
All right, so we know full coverage is a misnomer, but what are specific coverages that we should be looking for in a policy?
Yes, so your standard homeowners policy will have your dwelling coverage, your personal property coverage, liability protection, as well as additional living expenses if you were to be displaced from the home, as well as your deductibles. And so flood insurance, not included. Whole separate policy.
That's important to know.
Do you recommend flood insurance? Like when you're
100%.
sitting with the consumer, when the real estate agent has referred somebody or the lender has referred somebody over to you, is that something where you're like, I highly recommend no matter where you live?
Yes, exactly. I think, what we've experienced with Harvey is it's not a matter of if it will flood, but when.
Okay. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary to think that. We don't like to think that way.
Better to be safe than sorry.
Absolutely. That's an insurance agent preparing for the worst.
Yes, it's my job to help them be sure you're covered. Yeah. So, the least I can do is
if we're looking at it and we want to be prepared, what is the best way to review our policies to make sure we're covered appropriately?
Give me a call.
Okay.
We'll go over every single coverage that you have, what it means, what you're covered up to, and I'll help answer any questions as well. A lot of times, when you first get your policy, maybe you're looking more so at price. A lot of things are excluded or just not matched to where they need to be, which can leave you underinsured in the event of a loss.
And we don't want to be underinsured, but we want to make sure that they can afford it when they're buying the home. So at what time during the process should they be calling you?
Immediately.
When they start looking?
When they start looking.
Immediately when you start looking.
So like if I have a buyer that wants to put an offer in and they're like trying to figure out exactly how much the payment's going to be, is that too early for them to give you a call and say like, hey, can you price out a policy on 123 Main Street before I put an offer in? Or what's the right point in that process?
As soon as the client is under contract, that's a good rule of thumb. This is the option period, as we know.
Yes.
So it gives us enough time to shop around and be sure everything is fit with whether it's loan requirements, it fits their budget, and so that way we're not.
Yeah, absolutely. Not stuck trying to put all the pieces together too late.
Yes, too late.
We want to have time. That's a great point.
To back out if they need to during the option period.
Absolutely. Because sometimes
you can't afford it.
Or like I've seen flood policies that are $700 and some that are $1,700, and that makes a big difference, if you want to know how much it's going to cost. So, and then why, if I already have a policy, why is May a good time to revisit?
Yes, so we are just ahead of hurricane season, which starts June 1st. Mark your calendars. So if you're interested in reviewing the policy, want to be sure you're covered properly, give me a call. Let me know. We'll go over all of that together.
So we talked about the difference of flood insurance in different areas. Do you find this is, strictly housing Houston? So for people moving into the Houston area or are in the Houston market, are there different local areas that you say, hey, this area tends to be higher, this area, does that?
Yeah, that's a great
Yes.
question.
That's a good question. So when you're closer to the coastline, that's where you do run into those higher risk areas. Those storms are more likely to hit you harder. So definitely if you're down in the coast, Galveston County, I know is a big one. That's where we see higher premiums. Maybe certain water coverage is excluded or certain coverage is mandatory.
How do they know if certain coverage is mandatory? Is that for you to know?
Yes,
And not okay.
That's right,
wait,
Yeah.
there are certain coverages that are
Yes.
like flood insurance, I'm sure.
Flood,
That would
yes,
account
maybe on the
for,
flood zone,
Okay.
FEMA flood zones, yes, maybe
Okay.
loan requirements.
Okay.
A lot of the times it has to do with the deductibles. They can't be this
Okay.
percentage, they have to be this percentage. So just all factors here
Wow.
come to
Okay.
play.
So I live in Galveston County. There's a named storm in the Gulf. Is it too late? Like, what should I do at that point? Okay.
Yes, too late. So once the hurricane is named or it's forming, the insurance companies will go into a moratorium, which is basically putting a block on any new business or any changes on the policy. So once we're in that period, it's like,
Which is why
I
you
hope you
should-
had something good.
You should look at your policies today because
Yes.
it's May and June 1st
Yes.
is hurricane season. So that's why we're having this episode today.
Yes.
Which, same thing I will add on the real estate side. If you have a closing and a named storm is coming, you need to look at your closing date because you don't want to, you're
Yes.
going to need insurance to close.
Yes.
And so like either get it bound or push it.
Yes. I'm glad you brought this up. With flood insurance specifically, if it's a new home closing, we can bind no wait period.
Oh, nice.
If it's not a new home closing, there is a 30-day wait period. So if we have a storm coming about, brewing, it's too late because
Wow.
you've got to wait 30 days for it to go into
When
effect.
you say new home, do you mean new construction or new to
Sorry.
me home?
New home closing.
Okay, good deal.
Yes.
So I could be buying a 30-year-old home, no waiting period. It's good to
New
go.
home closing. Yes.
Perfect.
but you can't get it on your existing home.
Correct.
Okay.
You've gotta
So
wait.
really the best time is when you're doing that initial purchase. Go ahead and get your policy then.
Just get it taken care of. Get it out of
Absolutely.
the way.
Out of
Then
sight,
it's
out of
peace
mind.
of mind.
Yes.
Peace of mind. Yep.
So I want to pivot a little bit and ask you just some like basic insurance 101 questions. Since we have you here, we're going to borrow your expertise.
Yes, please.
Can you tell me just like high level, what does a general homeowner's policy cover? And then what are the biggest gaps that maybe people don't realize that they have?
So your standard homeowner policy is going to cover your dwelling, which is going to be the replacement cost of the roof and the walls itself, your personal contents, your liability, as well as the additional living expenses.
And those are all separate coverages. So I
Yes.
can have separate limits for the house and then like how much contents I want and liability.
Yes.
And how should I know? Like I know with what we do, we require really high liability premium for not premium, what's the word I'm looking for? Coverage. Liability coverage for our investors because it's risky when you have a
Yes.
tenant in the home. We want to make sure they're covered and like we have to be added as an additional insured.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times I'll have conversations with people at that point where they're like, well, why would I need liability coverage? And what would be your sales pitch on why do you need liability coverage?
Yes. You never know what could happen. Let's say someone gets injured on the property and they want to sue. Well, those liability coverages are it's going to help pay any of the lawyer payouts,
Yes.
court fees, as well as any, medical expenses if there's an ambulance ride, co-pays, things like that. So it's very important. You never know what could happen.
Absolutely. What about contents coverage? Tell me what's covered and if there's
Yes.
anything that's usually not covered.
Yes. So I love to talk about this with clients and really make sure this is customized for them. Of course, I don't know what you have in the home, right? And so we'll kind of get a ballpark of what you think everything would cost. I do recommend keeping an inventory of what you have in the home, and in the event of a claim, just going around on your phone, recording the home, everything that you have is good.
I actually heard that recently too.
Yes.
So obviously Harvey happened, so that I know my parents did not have a contents list, and it took us forever to go through it for them to be able to get that claim, from insurance. But we also just had a close real estate agent investor, his whole house burnt down. And so I was texting back and forth with him the other day, and he's like, I highly recommend you write down all the contents in your home.
And then save it to the cloud.
Save it to the cloud. Let everybody have access to it.
Yep.
Write down all the contents.
I think a video is a great idea, though.
Video is
because
really good.
it takes, 3 minutes to go through your home?
Yeah.
Like, if I give you one action item today, it's make a video. Like,
That is,
And it helps with proof. You
Yes.
have it there. You can see it. They can see it.
yes.
So let's, so we're talking about damage. We're talking about things happening. What is the difference between windstorm damage and flood damage, especially in Houston?
Yes, so windstorm damage is going to be caused by high winds. So think roof damage, debris flying around, it hits your home, broken windows. Flood damage is going to cover water from outside the house coming in. So think storm surges, blocked sewer, drain things.
Yeah.
Drain things.
Drain
That's what I call them.
So what if my washer floods the laundry room?
So that would be covered under water damage on the home policies.
Okay.
Things like busted pipes, slow leaks, those are currently things that you'll see water damage or water backup listed
Okay.
on the home policy,
Okay.
but does not cover flood.
Okay.
And that's a good thing to check on your policy because a lot of times water has a separate
Line item.
Mhm.
Or cap.
cap.
Okay.
So some policies
Yes.
I've seen where people are like, oh, I'm going to save all this money. And they only get $5,000 coverage on water.
Mhm.
And it's a really big problem because that does not go very far at all.
Yes.
So again, talking about their policy, what would the top 3 things be for a homeowner to look at
Yes.
to make sure they're covered?
Check your deductibles.
Okay.
A lot of times these can be set higher to have a lower premium,
Okay.
which is good at first, but in the event of a claim, and let's say you have a $20,000 roof claim and your deductible is $24,000, well, you're not getting anything.
Right.
Okay.
You are stuck paying that out of pocket, which can really hurt. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I don't have $20,000.
not that I want to give away.
Not
Like,
for
just 'cause
roof.
I have it doesn't mean I want to give it away.
Not for
thank
roof.
you.
So definitely check your deductibles.
Okay.
Be sure this is something you're comfortable with paying out of pocket.
Okay.
Check your water damage coverage. Water claims are the highest in Texas, the most
Okay.
made claim in Texas. So this is really important.
And so water claims, like what we were talking about, like
The
backups
laundry
in the
room
laundry
and
Yes.
the pipes and
do
the...
you know why that is? That's so crazy to me that that's the highest claim in Texas.
the freeze.
I was going to say
Okay.
pipes.
We're not
keep
used to the
breaking.
freeze.
Yeah, definitely. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so deductible, water,
Water coverage.
and then what would maybe another one be that they need to look at?
Being sure rebuild cost on the home is true and accurate. You don't want to be underinsured like your
Yes.
coworker. I think you were mentioning fire burned down his
Yeah.
home. Was it fully
Yes.
covered?
Mm-hmm. Huge.
How would they know? Because I've had people, they're like, the insurance company is telling me my house is now worth
Yes.
$500,000 and I bought it for $200,000 and they're crazy.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
love
like,
this question.
Yeah.
Yes, I love this
They're
question.
crazy. And I'm like, I don't know.
They're crazy.
Sorry, you crazy.
Sometimes,
insurance
yeah. So when looking at market value of the home when it's being sold versus dwelling coverage, there is a big difference. Market value is going to take into account the land that the property was built on, maybe there's schools nearby, mall nearby.
Yes.
Dwelling coverage is simply the roof and the walls.
What it costs to
The
rebuild
structure.
this home.
Structure.
Yes.
Framework.
Which
And
is
so-
generally less than market value.
Yes.
So you
Which is
can
why-
save.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I'll just add, I think it's really good because even if you're buying a new home and you're buying the schools and the parks
Yes.
nearby and all the things, talk to your insurance agent about what the actual replacement cost is.
Yes. And so there is a replacement cost estimator, which every carrier kind of has their own way
Sure.
of figuring this out. But we do have a replacement cost estimator that I do provide clients sometimes because I know you said there's kind of a gap in, well, where's this number coming from? It's really confusing.
Right.
And so it kind of breaks down, or not kind of, it does break down your home, maybe the roof type, roof shape, carpet that you have in the home, all of those small little details in determining what the cost of your home would be.
Okay. So let's circle back a little bit. We talked about calling you as soon as it goes under contract.
Yes.
You explaining to them the coverage and the amounts and the premiums and all of that. What kills a deal when you're under contract?
Yes.
What really delays closing, kills a deal? What should we be looking out for?
Yes. Roof age and condition can be a huge thing. This can
Yes.
often make the premium jump, and so if it's not within their budget, we see that being a problem. Prior claims on the property as well, their insurance history.
I want to pause on the roof.
Roof. Especially
Yes.
nowadays. The roof literally is the problem.
Is the fire, yes.
Yes.
So we've had people tell us, my insurance carrier won't write a new policy because of the age of the roof.
Mm-hmm.
True or false, fact or fiction? You
Can
can't
be
get
true.
coverage at all.
Can be true.
Can be true.
So-
Can be true. I say can be just because it depends on the carrier, of course. I can't
Sure.
speak for all carriers, but that's the good thing about working with a broker.
There
I
you
have the
go.
flexibility
Okay.
to pivot, and they don't want to take you. Fine, we'll find somebody else.
Yes.
We've been able to use it as leverage for sellers to go ahead and get that new house, new
Mhm.
roof put on. When they do, one thing we harp on is, hey, we need a WPI 8,
Mhm.
which can really slow things down because
Okay.
you're waiting on that inspection.
Yes.
Can you write a policy without a WPI 8?
And
Or like-
pause. What is a
Oh,
WPI?
great. Okay, let's pause there. WPI 8. It's windstorm protection
Yes.
insurance, and it shows when the roof was done.
Yes.
Okay.
So
She knows her stuff.
insurance, yeah, I've done this a minute. Insurance needs it because it's
Yes.
going to show proof.
Proof.
And if you don't have it done when the roof is being put on, you can get it done after. It's expensive. It's
Mhm.
$500 usually. Nobody wants to pay for a roof that's 10 years old to get a WPI.
Who gives you this certification?
So there are specific Texas Department of Insurance
Mhm.
inspectors
Okay.
that go out and they will look at your roof and they will look at the shingles
Mhm.
and tell
Okay.
you, yes, you're good to go. And so and it's good because there's got to be some oversight of the roofs that are
Right.
being put on.
Right.
It's a good consumer protection. However, when you don't have one, it's very frustrating, especially if you you have paperwork that shows that it's new. Can y'all write a policy without the actual certificate, or what does that look like?
They do often ask for proof of the certificate. So we can write a policy for sure, but it does have to be followed up with proof.
So if I put a new roof on today and closing is tomorrow, will I get the benefit of having the new roof? Okay, and then
Yeah.
I just have
We'll
to
add on that discount.
I love discounts. I love a discount.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, and so then as long as you get it later, you're good to go.
Mhm.
Perfect. That's fantastic.
Love that.
That is awesome.
Good.
So roofs.
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 kill us.
Roofs, prior claims, proximity to water if you're closer to the coast. I know we see a lot of that down here in the
Yes.
Houston area. The electrical and plumbing updates, if those have been updated, whether it's copper, PVC, things like that. And then if the insurance is too expensive or just unavailable, like we mentioned, that can slow down a claim. So better to figure it out sooner than
Yes,
later. As
yes.
soon as they're under contract, let's look at it.
Well,
Go
one
ahead,
more
yeah.
question about roofs.
Yeah.
What are you seeing? Because it used to be 30-year roofs, 20-year roofs. I feel like nowadays it's like 7, 8, 10.
You're not wrong.
I don't know what that question is, but just a little
How-
side
Roofs.
note.
How-
roofs do
how
not
often
last
should-
as long.
How often should it be replaced? Is
Yeah,
that the
maybe
question?
that's a good question.
A good rule of thumb, I would say, is 10 years. Every 10 years, get it replaced. There are certain carriers
Wow.
that will take an older roof, but again, you're looking at higher premiums.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, it's just
And replacing can be just inspecting it and changing out some shingles.
a few shingles
It's
here
not,
and there.
when we say replace, we don't always mean replacing
It's a-
the entire roof.
If it's not needed, no.
Repairing, yeah.
Repairing.
Repairing
You should
or
probably do roof
maintenance.
annually,
Maintenance.
honestly.
Yeah, every couple years
Yeah.
at least.
Mhm.
Especially after an event like Hurricane Beryl, we recommended
yes.
everybody go ahead and just get a roof done.
Yeah.
Because some people were like, I found these shingles in my yard.
Yes.
It's like, well, they probably
That
came
means-
off your
I
roof.
know.
Means they're from
Like,
above.
Go ahead and put them back.
Especially if you think even in the next 5-10 years you will be selling your house.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So
yes.
save some money that
always
way
smart
and-
to
yeah.
do the upgrades now. And no home buyer wants to buy a house and then have to do
Need a
upgrades.
roof.
It's exactly it. That's exactly
No.
it.
Yeah.
We call those the unsexy updates
I
because
love
nobody
that. When
wants
you see shingles in your yard, it's probably from your own roof.
It's probably or your neighbors.
So
but
anytime
either
there's a
way.
hailstorm or a lot of wind,
Yeah.
then
Just do a little checkup.
yeah,
See how it's doing.
I mean, goodness, the roofers are in the neighborhood all the time anyway.
Oh,
It's
they
not
are.
really right.
literally.
Yeah, find you a
always
good
on a roof.
roofer.
Yes. Do you have a list of like preferred vendors that you
Yes.
like to partner with? Okay, so you could
Yes.
also ask your
Let me
insurance agent,
know.
hey, I need a good roofer that's not going to try and sell me a
Yes.
$50 million roof.
Nope.
No.
I've got a person for everything. So
Good.
you let me know.
Love that.
That's
Love that. The
awesome.
connector.
That's awesome. So what I'm going to talk about investors a little bit.
Mhm.
What is one mistake you consistently see when it comes to protecting landlord properties or like
Yes.
rental properties?
Yes. Not enough liability coverage and not covering for loss of income. I mean, this is your cash
Yes.
flow, right? So if let's say an event happens, the home is uninhabitable, where's this money coming from?
Yes.
You want to be sure it's either from the tenants or the insurance company.
That's exactly it. And a lot of times if it's a really bad loss, you'll let a tenant out of their lease
Mhm.
because it just makes sense. I mean,
Yes.
they got to go figure out something else. And so when it's sitting there for 6 months being rebuilt, you still have the mortgage. And so having that coverage is huge. So if someone wanted to get prepared this week, right now, today, what are the top 3 to 5 things they should do immediately?
Yes. Review your coverage limits and your exclusions. You want to know what you don't have. You don't want any surprises in the
Yes.
event of a claim or
And I would say have a professional look it over.
Yes.
Like, I don't know about you, but when they mail me a 42-page,
I have no idea.
I'm like,
Yeah, no one looks through that.
Looks good.
No
I'm gonna put
idea.
it in the drawer.
you're just looking at the price and that's
Yes,
it.
exactly. So I want to know, like, am I covered? You know, send it to you.
Yes.
Have you look at it?
Make sure you have your flood insurance.
Okay.
As we talked about, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Make sure your deductibles are set at a comfortable amount,
Okay.
comfortable, with what's
Yes.
coming out of pocket.
So maybe not 20,000.
Yeah.
You said earlier.
listen.
24,000. What was
That
it?
scares me.
20,000.
That scares me. I mean, at the end of the day, it's up to the client if that's what they're requesting. Hey, by all means, but
Right.
I'm scared for you.
Mhm.
So, create your home inventory as we talked about.
Yes, love
Quick
that.
little video.
Brilliant. I'm gonna do that today.
Me too.
Yes, and make sure
Maybe not today, but it's on my to-do list.
Put it on the list.
soon.
Put it on the list.
And be sure your contact information is up to date and you have
that's a
your
good one.
insurance provider's contact information so you know how to make a claim or who to make a claim with in the
That's a
event.
really good thing that I hadn't thought of. Is like when you need to make a claim, it's always like
Yes, your
And
mind
if
is
they're-
everywhere.
house burned down and your
Yes.
drawer has all the info in
Yes.
it, then you should just save it to your phone or download the app or
Yes.
whatever it is.
Save our numbers.
Yeah, have you
That's
on
great.
speed dial.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Well, tell me what else? What have we not asked you that is really important that you let your people know?
For the clients, I want you to know that my role is to help you, educate you, be sure you're covered in the event of a loss, whether that's just answering questions, doing a policy review, or getting a brand new policy, something that fits you better, your home's needs, your wallet's needs. And for my partners, I want you to know that I'm here for you every step of the way, from the open house all the way to the closing and taking care of your client in 11 months come renewal.
Yes.
I love that.
A long-term partnership.
Do you call your clients every year, like you said, at 11 months, just to say,
Yes.
hey, you're coming up on
Yes.
renewal. Here's where you're at. Are you comfortable? Here, we can maybe get you a better price this way. Okay.
Yes,
perfect.
so I do shop around the market and I get those renewal notices as well, whether
Okay.
it's an 11-month policy, 6-month policy. And so if you're not happy with that renewal price, because I know a lot of times it jumps, I'll shop around for you. We'll find something better. It's
I didn't
no
realize
big deal.
there's 6-month policies.
I'm thinking of auto.
Yeah,
But
I
we're
was-
covering all
okay,
bases.
okay, I was about to be shocked.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
That actually brings up a great point, though. Y'all do auto as well?
We do a lot of things.
Okay,
all
so
personal
you can bundle
lines.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get more discounts stacked on
Yes,
there, whatever we can
absolutely.
do.
That's good to know.
Yes,
That's great to know.
flood, home, auto, renters, dwelling for the investors, landlords, umbrella flood as well for additional coverage. You name it.
Yay.
Love
All
it.
things insurance.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Well, leave us with this. How do we connect with you? How can we find you, follow you, all the things?
Yes, you can call me directly at 713-324-911 or email me at clarissa.jones@goosehead.com. I am on social media as well. Social media is the new business card, so if you're not on it, get on it. My Instagram and TikTok is Insured by Klarissa, and to all my partners, I'd love to help you build your social media, get your name out there, build your brand and business as well.
Love that.
And I'd like to point out Klarissa with a K.
Yes. We'll have the spelling somewhere.
Somewhere, Klarissa with the K.
Awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you
Thank you
today.
for
I think we
having
learned a
me.
lot.
This
I
was
know
fun.
we have action items, so that always
Yes.
we
I hope you were taking notes.
We gotta go. I gotta go make a video. Make a video. No, it was wonderful. You were
Thank
fabulous.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you guys for joining us. I am Kayla Ewald with Housing Houston.
And I'm Sarah Lernor with Real Best Property Management. We will see you next time. Bye.
Hi, I'm Klarissa Jones, your personal insurance shopper. I work with Goosehead Insurance and I shop around multiple carriers, over 50, to find you the best coverage at the best value. I specialize in homeowners insurance, helping new home buyers and current homeowners with their policies, but I'm not limited to just that. I also do auto, renters, flood, umbrella, all the fun stuff. So if you need help with your policies, have any questions, or just want to review, give me a call or email today.